Hello YouTube, welcome to Sunday in the Shop. We're starting early, it's what? It's Thursday. We're filming. Get that to roll around there. See how far we've came. This is how we do this. We stuck it in front of the heater and got the label warmed up so we can start peeling it up. Okay, with a single edge razor blade. And then we got some of this. Because the other stuff will eat plastic. As I say, this stuff tends to eat plastic. Okay, and we'll start peeling it. See how we're wiping it? We got just a Q-tip dipped in there, and that's all we should need for the whole label, okay? And after we go a while, we'll go back and we'll mop it up and clear it off, the glue residue. And all we're doing is just taking a razor blade, stick in there and pull them back. Real simple. Put it in there, kind of pull back. I think you know what I mean. Maybe get it in there. Just keep it from rolling off the desk. So let's get this label off here. We may make some kind of handle out of this bottle. And then epoxy the lid closer to one of them safety lids. We'll show you when we get going here what we might do with this. We did experiment with some of that epoxy again. I had mixed extra hardener. It got super hot. Might be too scared to put in here. The stuff, I made some up. This is 3 days ago, and it is still not cured solid. You can still squish it. It's for countertops. I know I've seen people use to make paperweights and stuff. Give that to your friend. Here, you want a Jello shot? It's like a champagne Jello shot. I'm gonna leave it like that. It's kind of a novelty. Kind of looks neat sitting there, doesn't it? You got a drink sitting there with some bubbly in it. Okay, back to work. Let's get this label off. Stay on topic. And we are done with that. Found a good place to put my thumb, especially running a razor blade, but it took a few times dipping that in this stuff, but you don't use too much. Back off. Got a few scratches, but that's how I do it. You can try hot water and soap all you want in the sink. I've tried that route over the years. This stuff works good. It does not harm plastic. Okay, we'll pause here and we'll figure out what we're going to do next. Okay, it's the next day. Here's the project. I got a picture where I cut the bottle in half, filled it full of Bondo, and then epoxy. It had some gaps there. We don't know if we're going to try to drill this and epoxy a bit in there and use a drill press as a lathe. We just want to shape it by hand. We're going to make some kind of shifter knob. We kind of want it rounded. We kind of want to taper it down. And we're going to paint it. So we're on a Bondo hardener though. So we're kind of in a whatever. See where I put epoxy in here? Because this will be painted. It'll be painted with gloss black paint. Or flat black. I found flat black. You can do it flat black where it's better on your hand. I'd paint them knobs for shifter knobs. And the flat black will wear and shine up better. The enamel always stays gooey. Flat black will actually buff and kind of polish and wear in good. So here we go. We're going to do a little bit of grinding and sanding on this. We don't want to make a whole lot of dust in this area, so we'll do some of it by hand. We'll see what it looks like. Got my heater going. It's frying my legs. I'm wearing shorts out here. It's supposed to be 80 today. Finally warm up. The rain's done. It's Friday. Tomorrow I plan on barbecuing. It's supposed to be like 90. So I'll sit outside in 90-degree weather, use a tarp shade and barbecue. You better believe I will. Let's get to work. Okay, we'll show you our progress so far. We're on the sandpaper, so we're using 80 grit emery paper, which I know better. That's for machining work. See where I'm taking this corner off a little. I took that to the disc sander. There's where the epoxy was. We're going to have to fill some holes in it. I'm not sure what shape it's going to be. I want a shifter knob and I want this rounded over. want to keep it pretty good size. Just to practice. That's pretty. It's never going to break apart. Not as many voids as in there when I slapped all that epoxy in there. So I wasn't too worried about, you know, the top halves when they were laying there. You see in the pictures. I knew that'd be epoxy filled in there. But like that, you won't see that. I mean, that's not bad. And you don't have to cut the bottle exact. It's going to go together. I mean, it's sort of round. There you go. Let's move on to something else. You know, this will show back up in a video sometime. We don't want to take too much diameter out there because we don't know what kind of net we're going to fit in there. We'll probably barely be able to fit a 1/2-inch net. If we grind it down, it's probably not going to leave a whole lot of material left there. But if my stomach growled, I hope nobody heard that. I got up with coffee, hot chocolate coffee, and did not grab any donut sticks or nothing. I've been out here at 9 o'clock this morning, and it's probably about 11. Enough of that. There's one little block of steel. Use wood, anything. I like about this, it's kind of heavy, and you will get gummed up sandpaper, because you got to remember, the dark stuff is the resin. See it? That is gooey like glue, plus epoxy. So once you get that off, it's easy sanding. This made some dust in here. I do have a fan going with ventilation, wear goggles, mask, all the PPE gear. Let's go on to something else here. What's up next? Okay, new subject. We bought a new thing of this super lube. And we got a little fan in the house by my chair. It's just a cheapy white, one of them clip-on fans. And the back bushings, they're kind of protective. The one behind the blade, they get lint and stuff, and they get kind of gummy. Well, I was desperate. So I took some, like, Vicks and Mentholatum, which has petroleum jelly in it. And I put it down there and I run it without the blade, which makes the motor get warm. You'll burn the motor up. Don't be doing that too long on little fans. But it just doesn't work as good as this stuff. I saved my big fan up there on my desk using this stuff. So what I did was, I put some heat shrink tubing on here and squirted some in here. Well, the trouble I had was, when you pulled this back off, when I was squeezing, if you let off it, it would suck it back in. So I had to do this just right. I had to waste a few drops. When I pushed some in here, I just pulled it off. Tipped this up right there. And then I had some collected at the top, so I just kept banging it to get the air bubble out. And there's probably, I don't know, about an inch in there. Can you see it? Let's go in my junk drawer in the house. This is good stuff. I want to get the tube of grease like in the toothpaste tube. I said, this saved my fan. My fan spins so fast. I know when I work on the one in the house, I don't know what, I can't really flesh out what's in there. I'm just going to add this to it. But that's simple to refill. It took a little work, heat shrink tubing. What I don't like about these, the clip. See where the clip clips on this? The clip will not go on this body right here. It would crush it. So the problem is every time you put one of these together, it's such a fight. I just put together and slide the clip down when I want to use that pulled apart. So that's my complaint. They need to redesign this a little better. This clip should be down on here. Well, I'm going to try real quick and see if I can spread the clip apart. I don't want to snap it. Anything that's spring steel will snap. Let me come back and see and tell you, see if I can get it down on here. There we go. It wasn't that bad. See that ridge? Now we put the cap on. So I must have messed it up sometime. And you see the cap? I'm going to shorten this cap up. See that? It's so squishy and flimsy. I'm going to shorten the cap up a little bit. Wish me luck. I need a pocket protector. It's some work shirts. I can carry this like an 8-pins around. You know, the nerd pocket protector. Next, I'm going to have to get me some black rim glasses. Then I can go professional on YouTube. I look like a scientist or something. Let me see if I can modify this a little bit. It's good stuff, people. Don't pass it up. I found it at a Menards store. You can find it all over. I found it right at the counter one day. You know, them impulse buys. I go, I got to grab that. I remember that company. I always knew this was quite the stuff. I don't know if it was ever on TV or not, but I knew this has got to be the good stuff. This is what saved those pins on the brakes on my Cavalier. Remember that when I did that and had to belt sand them pieces down? They were sticking to me. The brakes lock up. They say only use silicone lube. Don't use grease or anything else or that whatever. Never sees. This is what I put on there. A whole bunch of it. That's why I had to go buy another tube because I used what was in here. We'll be right back. Okay, I cut about that much off. I just use the scissors because it's flexible. Now, I don't know if I can get this on here. One-handed. There. That's kind of domed in there. I think you can see it. I like that a little bit better. I must have did something to pull the clip off it one day. Maybe it came with the clip in the wrong place because I didn't have to stretch it too far to get it on there. Yeah, that's where the clip belongs, not up here. I suppose if your cap was coming off on you a lot, if you put this on here, it does make the cap on tighter, but there's enough of that product. Still, if you get one of these, you'll remember, hey, he cut the top off a little more, made it a little bit shorter, not so bulky for your pocket. Okay, on the next subject. We're going to take a break here. We'll be back. We'll think of something. Okay, I know you're all sick of seeing these, but I found another small one down in my junk drawer, rooting for something else. A golf ball is what, 1.68 inches? I don't know. Somebody measure one and tell me. What's a golf ball? That's under 1 3/4 inches. There, move that out of the way. There. Because I have a golf ball cannon, and it took a special pipe, plumbing pipe. What it was a thin wall drain pipe, like for your kitchen sink, that a golf ball would fit in when they made golf ball cannons. But I did make a video of that, where I filmed off my old VCR VHS camcorder. Boy, that thing was something else. If you want to hunt for the video of that, it was the top of the line JVC, and I still got it put away. It's stored out here. I should have bought tapes for it. You used to be able to buy tapes. I don't think you can buy them anymore. This, I'm going to try to save. See where I got cracked? And this is bigger. If you shine a light in there, trust me, it is bigger. So I put a bunch of epoxy in there, and it cracked from the heat of the stove. Well, the next one I made, I drilled all the way through and had the knob on there. It seemed to be better. But this has gotten so hot being up against the metal lever that it just cracked. We're going to grind this out and see if we think we might be able to save this. So, we're going to work on that. We're bored. We're just going to get in there with whatever Dremel tool and just start grinding away. We'll use my dusty evacuator. You know, that works better. And I looked up some fans the other day, and it was like 120 CFM, 110 volt, 115 volt fan. See, you know I'm always losing this? Because I put it here, I'll show you. I can't find it. I'm always putting it up here, right? And see how it blends in if you don't put the hole on here? And where's my damn ruler? I'm serious. You can see if it was in there, right? Here, I'll even show you. Watch. Let's turn it around. You got it up in here, right? Where's my ruler? Can't find my ruler. Where's my ruler at? I'm going to take it myself. So I've learned to put it here with the hole out. See? Then you can grab it better. Hey, everybody gets grumbling once in a while. If you get that frustrated working on something and it's not important, just stop. Have a cigarette, take a cold drink, drink something, and just listen, turn up the radio a little bit, take a break, mellow out. Use all these old terms. This is junk. This came from a dollar store. It's way too big and bulky, but for in the shop, I mean, come on. What do you expect? You want a good cheap one? What are they, about $7? 5 with a coupon, whatever, at Harbor Freight. It's a little quantum, one of their cheaper ones. It is a good flashlight. I lost one. I went and bought another one. I keep it in my coat pocket. Then my park in the wintertime, I got one that takes a laptop battery. That thing. The battery will last all winter. Laptop batteries, they never go dead. Once they'll last forever, put away, charged or new when they're a good battery. Okay, what a mess. Let's work on this. First, we're going to put this up so I don't lose it. That's for the drill. If you never seen the video, you missed out. That works so handy on my drill to get in there. As complicated as to reach in there the way I made that machine. Okay, break time. Okay, we took a break because this was getting warm. We don't want to burn this up. And that's just a common stone. Stuff ground pretty good. See how good this works? Look. Here, let's brush it off. See that? See how much stuff that it collects? Better let that settle down. I don't know. That's a pretty good sized crack. I don't know if we can get some epoxy or super glue or something in there. Super glue probably won't work. You know, if we grind this out, we're never going to be able to fill this ball and so it's smooth. It still could make a halfway decent shifter knob. And can you see in there? Get some more paint off this thing. It was bigger than that bolt. It was probably a screwdriver at one time and I pulled it back apart. Okay, break time again. We'll clean up our mouth. We've got a little box we'll sweep this into. And we do have to knock it off and get this down close to the floor so it doesn't rise in the air, and we'll brush this off. And this is some kind of cloth. I can't tell you what it is. It's not burlap. See it? Heavy woven cloth. I've got just a little bit left. And this works better than that furnace vent stuff. Because I've looked at the fan. The fan's not that dirty on the other side. I could take a picture of it. Look for a picture of the fan at the end. You know, it'll show you how dirty it is. And I've never gotten there to clean it. I don't even think I've ever took an air hose inside this box to blow it out. So, break time. Quick tip. That's what these stones are for. Get plastic or some junk in your stone, there's a little bit left. Take it to one of these. I have a fine one I use for good stuff. This is just for cleaning stones out. See how messy it is? And I can clean this too with another stone. A diamond stone. So I can clean this off and keep reusing this. I only have 2 of these. They used to come in Dremel kits. Quick tip of the day. Okay, then I had a little plastic and paint stuck to it. See how I cleaned up that diamond? And see how I cleaned up this stone? It had stuff in it. See? So you can clean this and keep using this. I got my fan going. I should have had it down here on the desk right beside it, but yeah. You'd always keep your stuff clean one way or another. That had green paint and epoxy and all kinds of junk on it from whatever project I did. Okay, I should have been a dentist. I ground that out quite a bit and put some super glue in there. It's the gel type. I hate it. I always had the liquid. The liquid probably would have come pouring out the other side of the crack. I gotta show you the bit that I use. I took some pictures for the fun of it. You remember that other one where I took inside the ball? And it's all green. Like that. Look for the pictures at the end. I like doing it for the fun of it. This camera has a good zoom. I want to show you this bit I used. See, it's kind of bent. Watch it roll around. See, can you see that? That can help router that crack out. And then I went down with one that wasn't bent. See that? I gotta keep that. I've cut some of these off so they're shorter. So then I went back with a really good one. It's got junk on it now, so you can't tell how good it is. Yeah, you can't tell how good it is. I'm not going to show it. But it's more pointy. It's out of this set right here. Sure, I've cut a lot of these down because they hang out of that tool so far and it starts vibrating. They had 2 of these for 15 bucks or something one day. I said, when I see like $10, and I gave $20 for it was the cordless, wasn't it? You forget what you got. This is corded, small, and the other one is cordless, rechargeable. I think these bits came with that, that's why I spent the money. And in the video I say what it costs. I don't remember right now. I know this tool was probably 20 bucks. Really nice. I don't have my cable no more for the big one. I broke it twice. And the cable's like 40 bucks for a name brand type one, but I don't get paid to show anything. Yeah, I stop when this gets warm. I don't want to ruin this and wear out the brushes. It is such a nice tool to use. Pretty fast. It's better running on fast than low. You'll have more cooling, whatever the vents are. Okay, break time again. Okay, one last thing before we go for the week. I bought these for the car since I put hubcaps on it. Okay, I didn't think the air hose would fit. It just barely, you can get the air chuck on there. Okay, these are too long. These are what is the 1/4. I need like the 3/4 like I had on my used to have on my truck. They're about half this length, and they measure the 1.25 from here to here. I took out the little silicone cap on here so this would screw on further. What can I use these for? Can I make some more screwdrivers and shove this in like a ball and then drill out the cap? See that? And then put like a shank or pokey thing? Because I can get the guts out of here one way or another. Do not buy the plastic ones, people. Trust me, over the years. You put the plastic ones on, they leak when you're trying to put air in them. They will leak right past the threads. They will. Not to say they'll make the valve leak when you're just because they're on it, but you won't get air in there like you should. What's down inside this end? We can't remember. There is a rubber gasket. You can see it. It's black colored. And there's the end of the Schrader valve pin. You can cut them apart. What do you think? Would it make kind of a neat tool? You can screw 2 of them together, but there's a gap. There's like a gap about like that. But I said you could put something in between it, or just not care. But I think it might make a neat tool. You could drill that and make another little pokey thing. Pokey. There's a show. Someday I'll... Never mind. Pointing a gun doing that. I remember it. It's Corner Gas. There, you ever see that show, Corner Gas? With Hank, the goofy kid, and then the police lady. She's the one doing and pointing the gun and whatever. He's like, stop it! Oh, anyway. If you've never seen Corner Gas, I don't think they're on YouTube anymore. There's a cartoon of it, but the old shows used to be on YouTube. They kicked them off. Filmed in Canada. Up there in Canada. I haven't looked up the hometown and everything before and Googled where they actually were, so. If you find anything, probably go. There's like a last episode where they talk about how much they're going to miss being there. Oh, geez, I'll start crying. Hank almost was crying because it was just like he really, in real life, lived in that kind of town. Because the restaurant and the lady made the apple pie at the restaurant, and it's pretty heart-touching to watch their last little goodbye to everybody episode. So you know they had fun filming it. Little town in Canada. I think it's Rollo, Saskatchewan. Look it up. If you've never seen the show, look it up. Try to find the old Corner Gas episodes. Pretty funny. Living in Hicktown, but I like to live there. Ain't no difference in where I live. You got a gas station and a grocery store, and that's it. And a post office. That's all you get. That's all you get, folks. Oh, last week I was talking about Giltner, Nebraska. I Googled it. Google it. Hell, they got 2 bars, no gas station that I seen or a grocery store. Google it. You can drop down on the street and drive around town. Giltner. It's just out by Grand Island. Say this is Grand Island, right? Go in on I-80. Just go down about yay far. Sound like a farmer. Yay far, about 20 miles on the county road. And there's Giltner. Google it. It's fun doing that stuff. It really is. I get a kick out of that. I love having my Google Map stuff. We're gone. We're out of here.